All right, everybody, welcome back in. This is another Stormgate cast, and today's cast is going to be featuring dschaek, which I've heard is pronounced Jack. So I'm going to say Jack. Okay, welcome, Jack. And this is the Blue Infernal faction being played here. Broken Crown, broken it down. The double vault going down out here, as you do. But his opponent playing the red. This is kiim11. Was kiim12 for a bit, but went back to being kiim11. Not sure how Kim determines which version of Kim software they load up at the beginning of the day, but today it's kiim11. And welcome back to the channel to both these players. They may have even played each other on this channel before. And it's another good versus evil. Celestials versus the Infernals. We all know who's good, I won't tell you. We'll see how it turns out today. Both of them opening pretty equally, even though it was double vault here. Okay, there we go. I'm like, what were those vaults for? It was for these little squirrely dudes. They're all synced up in their running, so it looks really cool. Burp, burp. Very cool little fiends. Okay, what you gonna do when you get in here? Kill prisms if you can. One fiend going down, though. If you can, because prisms are beefy. So far, Jack's fiend opening not doing the damage he's hoping. Looking for a third. There's no third. There is a third Argent. And a forward node here. Opening as a Grace Light node, of course. And immediately transforming into a Judicator node. Fiend's gonna come back. Maybe scout that node. What else? Go another creation chamber. Fiend's just trying to run around and see what they can see. No third base here, but they are going to spot it trying to be put down. And are they going to kill that? Lots of prisms come out. Argents come to defend. Fiends swipe in.
Dimensional rift detected.
Another fiend goes down.
Activate soon.
To no damage. I mean, a little bit of damage was dealt, but the celestial buildings heal up so quickly that you might as well count that as not any real damage dealt. But what was going on behind this was third base going down for Jack as well. And our first Stormgate's up. Argent's on the way, 6 of them. That's a nice little Argent force, little Argent ball, if you will. A couple more back at home rallying up here. And it's Fiends heading to see if they can do something here. Remember, Fiends do really good DPS on that first Stormgate, or rather, the DPS you get from a Fiend is good at taking that first Stormgate. You need to do 1,000 damage. In this case, because Kim's already done maybe 500 damage, Jack would have to do more like 1,500 damage to capture it, of course. And for the moment, they're fighting over stuff. The FG goes down. There's just so many Argents here that, yeah, I like what Kim did there. Sort of pull 5 or 6 of them, like maybe I'll use them to zone back any units. But there are no longer any units. Those units have pulled back. The Stormgate is won by Kim. And what pops out? Skibbity dibbity. We get Shadow Mark. That's a cool macro play. Summoning a few more chambers here. He might want to get a couple more. Behind that. So he is in red power. Let's see if he uses that Shadow Mark right away. There we go. Another Arc Ship. And another couple creation chambers. Boom! Shadow Mark and all. That also increases their production time, so they'll be building faster. Increases the prisms coming out. Increases the Argents coming out and I assume roll out Kree. So this is a real nice play for Kim here with the Shadow Mark. If he can make it worthwhile. Oh, I thought these were chambers down here. Nope, they are Star Forges, which is even better. Even better. Maybe get those sabers out, or maybe vectors or whatever it might be coming out of here. Around the backside comes Jack with a bunch of brutes and a few gaunts. There's a nice Judicator matrix up on the top that's going to deal with that. And now the Argents come out to play. Kree are a little bit behind and they have not yet engaged. There's some rollout Kree rolling around the backside. Just a little bit of do-si-do here. That's a square dancing maneuver that apparently is popular in space operas. So Kim lures Jack up onto the high ground here where his Judicator nodes is, which looks like it's good because the SimCity here is actually working in his favor. Although for some reason these units just seem incredibly resilient from Jack. As the brutes are just staying alive. Finally, Argent's coming in from the back to do a little bit of a pincer maneuver, and that's going to allow, I think, Kim to clean up the rest here. Now some brutes are hoping to run home, but they're trying to run home through a prism surround, and that sucks. So they died. So Kim actually getting a really good upper hand there. And now this Stormgate's coming down. Jack sent some units over, but Kim's going to try and get even more damage. Rolls out on top of some of the gaunts. But now there's a full retreat from Jack, including the retreating trample. Some Kree going down. Maybe this vector is going to go down and not paying attention. No, Kim zips it back. And after a little bit of regroup, Jack feels confident, like, let's push in here. Does have Hellborn and a few other higher tech units like a Magmadon there, which is going to help out. And do remember that since Kim captured the first Stormgate, Jack is going to get a little bit of bonus DPS on the Stormgate this time around, and is looking like he might be able to capture it as a result. Looks like some Kree tried to roll around in the back here. They're going to get on top of some gaunts. The Stormgate's still being contested. Argent's killing a Magmadon just as another Magmadon shows up to force them back again. But wow, Jack's going to retreat from the Stormgate, at least for now. He does. No, he gets it right at the last with a few of those Soulbrand Chakrams. That's why you stick to it. Trying to push him back for the kind of reward. What reward does he get? A Vile Lurker. You don't want that reward to spawn right underneath your opponent's army. They'll usually kill it unless it's those Necrolusks. The big old Banelings. Because they will, you kill them and they will kill you right back. So it looks like the Vile Lurker is going to be able to shoot from the high ground. And that means a little bit of harass potential, especially on these Judicator nodes. Boom, 2 buildings for the price of 1. Nice hit. So Jack putting on that pressure. And for the moment, Kim just letting it happen. Jack deciding maybe I'll move down to the low ground. I maybe would have killed that building first, but trying to get into a position where you can maybe pressure more than just a couple of production buildings on the periphery. And here we go, up the ramp. Really nice quick takedowns of those nodes. But now pulling back and trying to get into a defensive position. It's going to be hard to. This is a little bit overextended. It's always a little overextended when you pull down to this base here.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
And nonetheless, Jack is able to get a little bit of retreat, and he does reposition, so at least his concaves coming down from the north. That makes it something he can retreat from. And it was a good concave because it forced the Argents back. We're seeing scythes coming out now.
Has appeared.
Stormgate on the far other side of the map. Are they going to move their army over there to contest it? I'm not sure. A couple vectors come out to try and see what's up. And actually get away, well, after getting their paint chipped off, at least. This arc ship doing a little secret ninja mining here. But not so ninja for so long as Jack gets around here, gets his gaunts underneath it. Is that enough? Doesn't look like it. So the arc ship's just floating there trying to stay alive. Has to do the little arc ship dance. Back to the high ground, and now we're going to get some nodes up here to protect this kind of ninja base. Oh, it's trying to hide on top of the trees, but the Gaunts are able to see it. Maybe it's the Weaver there that's giving the vision. It's possible that it's not quite on top of the trees, but it does save itself. Base over here. Prism's getting away before they can get killed. And these arrays, they're free now, but they're also kind of easy to kill. So Jack's been trying to get back into this by doing these little harasses and denying these forward bases. We're getting a nice engage here with a lot of Kree on the front line, but it's Kree versus Brute, and that's favors Brute. Until they start exploding, and they did start exploding there. We did see a number of Brutes go down with that. But Scythe, remember Scythe are in the air. That's pretty easy to see there. And unless you have some good anti-air, it's going to be hard to deal with. And unfortunately for Infernal, they do not have good anti-air. Especially when you get to this number of Scythes. It's going to start getting hard to deal with them. These Prisms on a mission, they're not sure where they're supposed to be going. They're hoping a collection array is going to pop up again somewhere. Here it comes. Bunch of imps transferring up to the top base. Main base mined out. Natural's probably getting kind of close. Here comes Jack out onto the map, maybe looking to deny a base or two. It's got Hexen in the unit composition now, and utilizing them well with these skulls. Just scout ahead.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
So Jack decides to pull back for the Stormgate. I'm not sure if that's actually the wisest move. Even these Gaunts choose to go for the Stormgate. There's a sort of an all-unit micro right now.
A Stormgate has appeared.
The Scythes on top are just doing punishing damage to Hellborn. We're starting to hear the Hellborn go down. Even though the ground army is being won, so many Hellborn just went down one after another. And the units of Jack are in full retreat, running back as far and fast as they can. That puts them not in a great position because here comes the Scythe Ball. We're at about double supply now from Kim. Massive Air Force, massive Celestial Air Force. He's retreating back. I see, going to the Gracelite nodes. Oh, okay, lots of interesting transformations here. Energizer nodes, Gracelite nodes. If I remember correctly, changing into Judicator node takes a long time, but changing back doesn't. Is that right? Did I hallucinate that? I don't remember. Don't take my word on it because I don't remember all the changes that were made to the Celestial faction. As a faction, I don't usually play very often. Ooh, lots of good Shadow flyer hits there, but also some good splits from Kim to ensure that those shadow flyers don't do their maximum potential damage. Nice little engage here. Again, ground army for Kim, not super amazing, but the air army, the size, are holding their own. They do have to retreat because there are the Hexen that were kind of smothering them with Skulls of Shedda, and there is a good number of Gaunts here. I do think that it's not enough Gaunts, but it is enough Gaunts to make the Scythe play seem dangerous. So now it's just a bunch of Sabers. And Sabers actually are going to be pretty good against this army too. They're good against the Mags, good against the Hellborn. And they're actually good against the Gaunts, maybe uncharacteristically, because the Gaunts like to line up in the nice lines so the splash damage can get it. There we go, starting to see some Saber shots from the high ground behind the trees. Scythes come out. Couple Kree sacrificing themselves into the infernal mess. Oh, really nice suicide, killing a bunch of Gaunts there. Oh, it's Judicator nodes everywhere. We got Shadow Flyers, we got Gaunts. That's trying to deal with the Air Force. The Air Force is still here. And here come the Sabers back in. They're not sure where they want to put down their punishing attack. So for now, they're cleaning effigies up.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Kim seems to have the upper hand and really needs to just push into one of these bases to finish it off, I think. Look at how many Sabers there are here. That's ridiculous. Of course, they all got in a little parade mode, which is not great. One long snaky. So here comes what looks like most of Jack's army up to deal with these static defenses of the Judicator nodes. We got Shroudfall on the whole map. Try and give them a little bit of healing. Down go the Weavers. One Weaver in with a Lash. What are you going to do? You need units to back up the Lash. Nonetheless, that very brave Saber went all the way in behind enemy lines and was killed. And now I think we're starting to see it. This base is going to go down for sure. The Saber Blasts and Scythes. And now, what else are we seeing here? Prisms showing up in a really angry and aggressive move. They're like, we can attack. We're Prisms. Looks like this base has gone down. These units have stopped to say, hey, maybe we can get the Stormgate. Maybe there will be a deep one or something that's really going to help us out here. Of course, I don't think there's needed to be much more, as we're mostly just... Oh, that's what we were waiting for. Flame on Imps, flaming on and killing all those Prisms. What did we get? Double Power Stone, so we got Super Sabers. That's what you need. Sadly, the Flame on Imps got taken out here. And with no more fun to be had, what can you do if you can no longer flame on? So you can GG. And that's a GG.